I feel like Ganon is more of a Jam character. I mean, he's like Ganon's just Ike, basically, you know. Whereas Ghidra's used to a lot of a slower. Oh, taunt. Ghidra's used to a bunch. Okay, missing the down throw there. It's not a good start. Obviously, Ganon a lot more technical than Snake, so can't expect everyone to hit all these combos and the forward smash already killing. Yeah, I feel like Jam just has good. Like obviously Ike could have gone for that. That's just a thing that Ike could have done. This is just yeah, not exactly like out of Jam's comfort zone. And honestly, Ganon would on a final smash meter like rule set tier list. So counting both the character and how their final smash affects them, Ganon's probably just better than Ike. Ganon and Ike are already like very low down on the tier list anyway. Barely managing to air dodge through the first hit, but unfortunately Ganon final smash is huge, and you're getting Ganon-sided. Okay. As I was saying, so Ganon final smash is very good actually, and better than Ike's, and they're already like both low down on the tier list anyway. So Ganon is probably just better than Ike in this rule set. But at the very least, this has been a very fast game, and back at already nearly killing center stage at like 110 on a super heavy. Yeah, Jam, when final smashes aren't involved, Jam is looking a lot more confident in the Ganon mirror. He understands his character by virtue of playing a character who kind of has like half their moves copy-pasted off this one. By half, I mean just the smash attacks, and even then, not all of them. But even still, just big, slow, kind of. I mean, they're not like Ganon Nair is obviously actually better than Ike Nair, to be fair. So it's like he's playing Ike, but with a better Nair and also a better final smash, I guess. I want to know if has Jam found his final smash main? Is this going to now be taking him if he progresses past loser semis? Is this now going to be who he locks in for the rest of the tournament? To be fair, we're seeing a lot of confidence outside of just like swinging, Ganon's normals. He's using He's using like the specials in the place you'd expect. Okay, he did try and use up till then. That's maybe his Ike brain is locking in too much, and now he's trying to use moves that exist on his character but not on Ganon. He might just charge a Warlock punch at ledge instead of Eruption or something. It's a very back and forth game. There's not been much like calculated ledge trapping more than there's been. Okay, decent trade, all things considered. Maybe I'm sure Ghidra could have got the kill without sacrificing his own stock. He did have he was at the percent where he could have started killing, and I like the weight there. That could have totally been a kill if he had down aired him through an air dodge. But now they both have final smash, and it might just be a case of who pulls the trigger sooner, because I have a feeling Ghidra literally pressed final smash as he jumped, but now accidentally doing it the wrong way, or maybe he was, oh god, nearly got final smash for that little pose he does at the end. And now we're just two dudes at ledge. They're just ledge trapping, up smash, ledge trapping, yeah. Ganon Dittos are kind of hard to. They're a lot better to commentate when final smashes are active. Otherwise, it's just kind of yeah, then they're nairing and down throwing and up smashing. They seem to have. Okay, Jam once again forgetting which character he's playing, but he's got a very nice lead. Obviously, Ghidra is scarily close to. Perhaps again, I think Jam maybe forgot what Ganon down smash is. But now Ghidra has. That was an interesting take chase option. Maybe not realizing just. Okay, that's good for Jam. Final smash is off the table. Yours is now on the table. That just getting a little I was really worried that Jam was just going to somehow flub that, but okay, no, he was in control. We're okay. Okay, Falcon is a character Ghidra plays that I've... It's not been a while, or it's been a while, sorry, since I've seen Ghidra pull out Falcon, but I remember back before the current TO team were TOing, like before the Kitchen was in the Empress and before, while GP was still there, I remember Ghidra actually, like, playing a couple of sets of Falcon against me. I've not seen his Falcon in a while, but, I mean, yeah, why not just play better Ganon? Although, again, Ganon's Final Smash is a lot better than Falcon's. Falcon's is pretty, like, I don't know in terms of, like, damage and everything else, like, knockback, how good it is, but it's just a pretty normal Final Smash. But maybe he doesn't even need it, because that's a pretty clean stock. Only 15% on the Falcon here. So if he could just keep that momentum up, then Final Smashes aren't going to come into play that much. Like, Ghidris is only, like, a third full. And Jam looking like a lot more desperate when he is having to like deal with being smothered, although he does just get a sneaky final F smash in and now has his final smash. And I don't know, it's probably not going to kill anytime soon, but I don't know, it does some crazy things. And all you need is like a good angle and a good tech chase. The get-up attack actually completely invincibilitying through it, not even just going through the first hit, actually going through both. And now Falcon is the one with his final smash, although... Okay, I like going for an edge guard, because, I mean, you probably weren't going to get much use out of it anyway. I don't think it's that good. I didn't see how much damage it did, but it's just like a normal final smash. It's just a thing appears in front of him and a cutscene happens, and then, yeah, yeah. And if Ghidra could just not be cheesed like last stock, then this is probably a pretty nice-looking set or a nice-looking game for him. Because as I was saying before, Jam, I think, got a random F smash in at ledge. He's clearly not as sure what to do whilst being kind of choked out as Ganon, because Falcon has the speed and the frame data to just kind of run in Ganon's face and press buttons. Ganon, obviously, notoriously not very good out of shield. Most of his moves are pretty slow, and whilst obviously Jam is used to that kind of playstyle because of Ike, who's also like bad out of shield with slow moves, you know, doing it with your character versus a completely different character is not the same thing. Jam is swinging. Finally got the F-tilt after Ghidra was just sat on ledge for a bit. Ghidra doing the smart but not very nice play of just sitting on the Angel Plat and waiting for final smash to go. Completely optimal, but I disapprove. Yeah, no, Jam not taking the Falcon up B, and that was looking a lot more, I mean, obviously it was last stocks a piece, but Ghidra looking a lot more confident, just generally playing like a much better game in neutral, in advantage. Really hearing lost stocks to weird, I mean, he got F-smashed and the F-tilt was, I guess, not like a weird cheesy thing, but still just a bit of a random move to get hit by. But yeah, looking a lot more doable. It's now maybe a case of whether Jam stays Ganon, because getting choked out like that obviously doesn't feel great when you're playing a big slow character with bad out of shield and all that. He's sticking with it for now, but who knows what will happen if we go to Game 5. But we'll have to see if... I've not used the word adaptation all day, but let's see if anyone adapts. I know this is a kind of a silly bracket, but at the end of the day, like 90% of the time, it's completely normal. Speaking... I don't know, in this matchup, I think maybe that is just normal. Jam probably not knowing optimal DI there, because I think that you can DI out of that, but also just you're playing a big fat guy, and you're not used to having to escape shit like that as a big, you know, one of the biggest bodies in the game with some of the worst frame data in the game. And yeah, that... If I was kind of doubting the Ganon pick, I think getting hit by something like that would probably solidify, because, like, bear in mind, taking quick stocks is really good in Final Smash meter bracket, because, you know, he's already like halfway through his second stock and he hasn't even had a final smash this game yet, you know. It's taking quick stocks like that is very important. That was a nice Wizard's kick. What's it called? Wizard's kick. That was actually pretty like close to being on target, but that is quite a high risk kind of middling reward thing. But went unpunished and got the stock. Now stocks are even. Ganon is glowing, but it doesn't seem like much is going to come from this. I was going to say, in this situation, I would just use it to... Oh, yeah, of course, I forgot. He doesn't, like, end up where the pig Ganon ends up. So I was thinking I could... I was saying I would use it, like, in Sins and just, like, use it to claim center stage, but it doesn't even work like that. And then... it sounded... You couldn't see anything, but there was definitely a stage spike noise. So I guess... probably not techable, but still funny that we just... Ganon was just in the bottom blast zone and like, Jam didn't even get to, like, see his fate. He was just, like... dropped in there. Jam getting a couple of swings in, but still generally struggling to answer back to this kind of fast-paced pressure from Falcon, and is just picking moves and... okay, I was going to say, the Nev on down air not killing, because I think that's just generally very fake unless you're, like, right at ledge and you hit them. I mean, yeah, now this isn't when you want Final Smash. Preferably you wanted to take a stock first and then... I would have just Final Smash there. Okay, he got the spike hitbox. Hey, that's the second time we've seen that today. And you got Falcon up smashed. Okay. Game 5. Are we going to see a change of character? I feel like we must do, right? Because, yeah, I guess all those games like went to last stock, but they were all last stock, like with Ghidra 0 or very low %. And generally, it felt like there wasn't much of Jam's game plan specifically that was working. He was just occasionally getting a hit in, and it's Ganon, so like occasionally getting a hit in means a kill and like 60% or whatever. I wasn't looking at the screen. Okay, we've seen Ike. Okay, that's again, like, see now Jam's locked on his main. Ghidra's on a like a secondary, if you would even call it that, because I haven't seen him play this in a while. But I feel like Jam, like what was working against Jam's Ganon is probably going to work against Ike as well. It's just Ghidra or Jam is going to be a bit more comfortable in those situations because he's not playing a character that he doesn't play ever. But very nearly getting the down air there. But I think Jam, although like Ike's getting susceptible, or Ike's susceptible to being rushed down just in the same way Ganon is, I feel like Ike, okay, you can just down air at ledge. I was going to talk about like what Jam's neutral plan might be, but maybe you can just down air at ledge sometimes. But I mean, to be fair, that's kind of a thing Jam does with Ike. He just kind of sometimes steals stocks pretty early, and even though that's also very much Ganon's thing, he's just much more comfortable doing it with Ike. And he's probably a lot more comfortable like finding spaces to like slow the game down a bit to try and stop Ghidra from just running around all the time. Just mashing the Final Smash there. I've seen the two uses of Final Smash by these players have been quite different. Ghidra's been much more confident in just kind of letting it rip, whereas Jam has been like more a fan of finding his moments. Getting the Eruption 2 frame, again, couldn't have done that with Ganon, and this is looking a lot better for Jam now. Already looking to take this last stock with that interaction, not quite getting it, and but now it's looking pretty good for Jam. If he can just kind of play like a back and forth neutral, and I mean, now he has Final Smash, and Ike surely is able to combo into it. I'm surprised that, like, surely like landing Nair goes into Final Smash like every day of the week, like at any % almost as well. just having to let it rip because he didn't have much time left. But, I mean, obviously, Ghidra managed to avoid it. That's nice. But he's still, like, losing the stock lead with, like, being now overtaken in percentages. And I'm really surprised we didn't just see a final smash rip there, because it looks like that was accidentally turned around. Maybe a bit of snapback or something. But yeah, no, I'm surprised when Ghidra went for that F tilt that he didn't go for the final smash, because he's been more just kind of letting them rip. And I mean, it's been working out. Like, his success rate, he's hit far more than Jam. Maybe they're not always, like, in the most optimal spots ever. But now we're at a point where, like, Jam is in the lead percentage-wise and final smash meter-wise. So now Ghidra is really needing to take this stock pretty quick, which obviously Falcon can do, but it's kind of hard when, like you could see that final smash meter getting closer and closer, and in your head you're like, I need to get the kill instantly, and getting the F tilt at ledge, that's a classic Jam. I get hit by that all the time. It's just roll F tilt. Am I playing now?
When I grabbed you, if I didn't do the other,
okay.
I did another nair to push you further